Hello and welcome. Silrace here with World of Tanks. And so it begins. I announced the return of World of Tanks to the channel just a little bit ago, and I thought, hey, let's start with T1 Heavy. And this is going to be a double entendre to right from the get-go. So this is going to be two T1 Heavy games. Some of the first games I played, now as I returned to playing the game, and I thought I would just, show this off from the, 2 games of me getting back into this game. While I'm trying to learn the mechanics of this game again, like, I remember some of the basic stuff, like play hull down, or stick your tank's rear from around the corner to try to bait the shots without, them going through into your tank, but just ricocheting off the side of your tank and such. And I'm actually managing to use the kind of workable turret armor of this thing here. One reason why I'm playing T1 Heavy is that when I returned to the game, I realized that, hey, there is this new American heavy line I've never even heard of before, this M something Y. So, let's just open that up. And I already had a T1 Heavy sitting around in the garage, so I'll play T1 Heavy. Besides the point being that I have always liked the heavy tanks the most in this game, so I have basically played those the most. I've mostly played heavies. So here I am trying to play this corner, which I remember, from before. This is where you bring your heavy tanks to on whatever was the name of this map? Himmelsdorf, I think. Bloody yeah, it has been a long time. Whatever. So yeah, I am just trying to poke a little bit of damage, and most of all I'm trying to do a little scouting as well to figure out if there is somebody here, and maybe allow the propelled gun, self-propelled gun, to actually lay down some smack there, which hasn't been happening. However, I haven't been really effective here in general. I have essentially taken more damage than I have dished out, but that is very much to be expected after me just, restarting the game after years of not playing. So I don't expect to perform really well, and that shot was really cheeky. For one, I didn't spot them after the shot. Okay, there is the SPG now trying to kill me as well. Well, that was bound to happen. I don't complain about being shot by SPGs. Like I said, I've mostly played heavy, so I kind of expect to be shot at by SPGs whenever I play. I am pulling back a little because I am realizing that all of my support has gone somewhere else. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fall back even further to another hold down position for when they start pushing this, because that's inevitable. They will start pushing this when they realize that nobody's peeking them anymore. Yeah, there they come. And I get a shot into the M6. Now, granted, my turret isn't exactly strong enough to really last all that long, but against the KV-1 I have so far been able to bounce shots. So there is that. Life is looking good, and there is my SPG finally doing some work as well. Now, granted, these guys are out in the open now, so that allows the SPG to do its thing. If they decide to push me like this KV-1 is starting to do, I'm obviously going to be very dead. Oh, that's a kill. That's a kill. My first kill on this thing. Can I? Nope. Nope. Not allowed. Not allowed. That's what I meant when I said in my intro video of me returning this game. This game being kind of entertaining for viewership because of that randomizer of your shots just not going where you aim or whatever. It creates those sort of situations where his turret is the side of his turret is facing away from me and I just can't hit it. So there is that. I'm just trying to keep this M6 in view, and having not realized that my SPG relocated into a position where they probably can't shoot the M6. I realized that way too late. I should have retreated, I think, at least I should have retreated from here by now. But I am a little too stubborn for my own good when it comes to holding positions in heavy tanks and such. So there is that. Now, I'm seeing the M6 retreat, and so I'm like, okay, let's poke out more. And here is where I make the main mistake. Instead of joining up with my team, instead of like going, for example, where the KV-1 is, or whatnot, and then the KV-1 is like, yeah, I will help you, let's go. So I'm like, alright, sure. Here, there we go, not allowed. Yup, not allowed. So yeah, this is where I obviously end up very dead, because I just go around the corner, right? Like, oh, game is over, let's get some more damage. I get one last hit in, and that's that. Alright, let's jump into the other game. Here we are, on a snow map that I actually remember as well. I've played this before, I just never remember the names of any of these maps, because I don't pay attention to the names. It's like, don't matter. So here we go. Then I also remember, this is where heavy tanks go, right? It was this side. So let's go this side in this T1 heavy. Now, when I'm returning to the game, my simple goal is try and do more damage than I have hit points in any given vehicle. Like, that's the basic, simplest goal I have. And also on any new maps that I encounter, because there's bound to be some, figure out where the fluff am I supposed to go on those maps. How do they even flow? How do they work? Anyway, but that's outside of the scope of this particular matchup here. This is, like I said, I just set that simple goal. Do the same amount of hit points or more, or same amount of damage as I have hit points, or preferably more. And that's the only goal I try to set up for myself, and then I try to play around that, and don't play timid. I like being, I've always liked being fairly aggressive in these sort of like games and whatnot. So don't play timid. That's the other main thing. But here I'm really trying to remember how the fluff do you do this, like peek around corners. And you know, not get shot to pieces, not only expose the like side and whatnot of your, oh hello, have a shot at you. And then the very basic mistake, right? I pushed myself against that, but that was a really lucky shot, man. I just barely hit that. But yeah, I basically just pushed myself around the against the wall, and I exposed the very front of my tank. Very basic mistake. And that shot, I have no idea how he hit that. Where did that shot go? This is where I'm like looking a little bit of like, okay, what part of my tank was visible for him to just land that shot in there? I'm trying to bait the shot, and there it is. There it is. And now I can hold this corner against the next one. And I gotta get a tracking on the KV-1, but that's not good enough, because there is nobody actually to follow up the damage. So, kind of pointless tracking. I could have tried to hold the corner and keep tracking the KV-1, but I was afraid of getting absolutely demolished by the BDR. Because that thing has a much bigger gun than I do. Then again, he has like very little armor compared to me. Then again, at this, you could argue that at this tier, nothing has armor, but this is where I go and finish, and this is where they chase the T6 medium. So I will help the medium, allow it to pass, and get some damage on the BDR. Absolutely get demolished by the BDR, but that's what happens. And we have changed spawn points now. I bounce that, and I bounce that, and there is me angling just a little bit better. I get that track, and hello BDR. And I fail that shot. But so far this has been going fairly well. Like if you look, I have actually done some decent damage and whatnot, and there it's me dead. But I didn't get that far from my goal. Like if you look, I did 841 damage and I have 910 hit points. Had I gotten in one more shot, had I aimed one more shot better, or had the random number generator decided that, okay, that shot now goes in, I would have actually broken or gotten to my goal already. And this was like third game or fourth game I played since returning, so that wasn't too bad. And I was kind of happy with that. It's like, okay, that Himmelsdorf game didn't go so well, but I think I did what I could in it. And here I definitely pushed the issue. I exchanged spawns with the enemy, essentially the size of the map, which was kind of amusing. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you folks next time with more World of Tanks.